the salary alone it will never be enough. You need to have multiple streams of income.
Also, it's important that when a person is starting a business, you don't really think much of the profits in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, I think it's more important to build it and start scaling, going up.
I used to write, and I need to go back and write. There's an inspirational message that I wrote. It says, I've learned to appreciate everything that God has given me, rather than complaining about the things that I have no authority to change.
What's up, Visionaries? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Vision. I'm very excited today to be bringing you this wonderful episode today. And as planned, I'm not alone today. I have our second guest on the show. He's a wonderful guy, a great guy, very inspirational. One thing that I've noted about this guy, ever since I met him at work, where I work. He will give you advice about anything possible in life, regardless of where you come from, who you are, and whatever you believe in. He will give you great advices all the time. Now he holds 2 engineering degrees, this guy, and he has a very wonderful story to tell about his journey to where he is today. So, without talking too much, let me introduce you guys to Sanele Tlanga. Bruh.
How's it, my brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm glad.
Thank you for the invitation. I feel so honored to be invited in such a great platform where I'll be able to share my journey.
Yeah, appreciate
it's behind the vision. Yeah, so I'm so excited. It's my first time doing this interview. I've been longing for doing such interview because I know I have a story to tell. So that anyone, maybe he can or she can be motivated by listening to my story.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man, for honoring my invitation. I really appreciate it. I know that your schedule is tight.
Yeah, it's tight.
You are busy, but thank you so much. And one thing I can just say, don't be too nervous. I know the nerves may be high or whatever, but just be comfortable.
Yes.
Be comfortable and express yourself. So tell me, who is Sanele Tlanga? Where were you born? Where did you grow up? Everything like that.
My name is Sanele Tlanga. I was born and bred at Esikawini Township, which is a small township that is located in Richards Bay town in KwaZulu-Natal province. I'm the third born at home. Yeah, we are all guys. Yeah, I have no sister. I started to study at Mangosuthu University of Technology. My higher educational journey started at Mangosuthu University of Technology in 2014.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to study something that I didn't know, because during my high school study, I studied at technical school where my trade was mechanical technology.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something that is in line with something that I studied in high school. So I applied at Mangosuthu University of Technology, but they didn't take me for the national diploma in mechanical engineering. They took me for the analytical chemistry. So while I was registering for the analytical chemistry, my cousin came to me. She said to me, let us go to the mechanical department so that you can try your luck. Then I went with her to the mechanical department, and they took me for the national diploma in mechanical engineering. But I started to do it was a foundation. It's a bridging course. It's called the pre-tech.
Yeah.
It was for 6 months. Then I studied there up until I finished the final year in 2016.
Where was that?
I started to do the preaching course. It was 2014. Then it was I finished the qualification, the theoretical part of the national diploma in 2016.
So was it in Mangosuthu University?
Yeah, it was Mangosuthu University of Technology.
Okay.
But I didn't have luck because back in the days, when we were doing the national diploma, we were supposed to study for the duration of 2 years. After 2 years, then you go to the industry to do those practically. It is called the work integrated learning.
Yeah,
it's 6 months for P1, where you are dealing with hand tools and power tools. Then another 6 months it's for the project one, where you are located in office environment, where you are going to be exposed in different projects.
Yeah.
So I didn't have luck in getting the in-service training. I completed this qualification in 2016, but I stayed seeking for the in-service training. I didn't have luck in getting the in-service training. Then I decided. Then in I think it's 2018, I got in 2017 I got an opportunity to work in one of the companies where they are dealing with chip repair. Hey, it was tough, bro. It was very tough. It was tough because of my color. We were two. Another guy, it was a white guy from DOT, and me, I was coming from Mangosuthu University of Technology. So when we came there, during our first day, we signed, both of us, we signed the contract of 12 months. Then as time goes by, they called me, they said to me, no, I think you signed the wrong contract. We are going to give you the contract of 6 months. Then I signed that particular.
This is 2017.
Yeah, that was 2017. That was my first job. Yeah, in that particular company that I'm talking about. So I signed that contract of 6 months. I worked there. It was tough, but I didn't take that thing as something that will make me to not express myself in a proper manner. So I took that thing as a learning curve, because I was during that phase where I was working in that company, I was involved in multiple projects. There was this guy, he was a boiler maker, he was a contract there. When he was there, I was more exposed in working with him, in analyzing the drawings of boiler making. But the minute they give him the short time, that was a trouble, bro, because I will go outside the plant digging stones. Kuningi ebengikwenza because abanye ngibhizi ngikhipana nenkundu, okunye ngibhizi ngithusana nododo osegcekeni ngulahla embhonyeni. It was very difficult.
So by this time you only had a diploma?
I was not having a diploma by that time. I was having only S4. That company they were supposed to take me for the work integrated learning. But my institution, because they knew what was happening in that company, they refused for me to register that company as the company that I'm doing the work integrated learning with them. They said, no, you can work, but we will not consider that work integrated learning that you are doing there. I worked there, and there was this an Indian guy that he was like a father to me. He was always protecting me, fighting for me, because they didn't even wanted to give me overtime. They were taking another guy from another workshop to fill that space of the overtime in that fabrication shop that I was working for. So he fought for me, that guy. He fought for me up until the last minute. Then my contract ended. And I think it's ended on August in 2017.
After 6 months.
After 6 months, and the foreman of that fabrication shop that I was working for, he ended up loving me, and he said I must go to the HR department so that they can renew my contract. But they will my duties. I will be performing duties as an artisan assistant, where I will be earning much rates compared to the one that I was earning, because I think I was earning the rate per hour. It was 29 rand during that time. And the HR refused to allocate or to for me to sign that the new contract artisan assistant. Then I said, no, I'm leaving the job. Then I left the job at that time. Yeah. I left the job. Then I went home. I stayed there at home. I think in November, I got an opportunity to work as a space auditor at the University of KwaZulu-Natal.
Okay.
Yeah, I was working with lots of people, lots of graduates, people that were having the bachelor's degrees in electrical engineering, in architecture, in geology. I was the only one who was having S4 because I didn't have any qualification by that time. Because S4, it's not a qualification because you haven't graduated.
Yeah.
And I thank God for that opportunity. It was a 3 months contract, but it changed me.
Yeah.
It changed me because with the with working with those people that I was working with, they changed the mindset of me. They made me to view education as another thing or another tool that I can use to avoid poverty.
Yeah.
So they encouraged me a lot to go back to school to study. Then I applied during that time.
When was this?
It was 2018.
2018. Okay.
I applied at Durban University of Technology.
Yeah.
At the University of Johannesburg. At the UT, I applied for the degree in mechanical engineering and also the degree in electrical engineering. At UJ, I think I applied for the degree in metallurgy.
Okay.
With a supervisor that is having a heart of gold. She was always encourages us. Precious, it's all. She was always encourages us to further our studies, to study so that we can live the life that we are dreaming of.
Yeah.
So during that time, I got an opportunity to do an interview in one of the biggest company in Mpumalanga.
Okay.
I won't mention their name. Yeah, I did the interview with them. I passed the interview. I did the medical with them. I passed the medical. I did the fitness test with them. I also passed the fitness test with them.
Yeah.
But during the phase of signing the contract, I was the only one who never called. They never called me. And that thing ended up making me to be depressed.
Yeah.
I was so depressed, bro, because I was hoping that my life will change because of that company.
Yeah.
Because I was dreaming as being part of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it changed me because I saved lots of money. I even bought the suitcase because I knew that during January 2019, I would go and work for that company.
Yeah.
But they didn't they didn't take me to do my work integrated learning with them. Then I said to myself, let me not allow the depression to take place.
Yeah.
Because I was always praying to God, saying to God, God, please, can you try to eliminate this thing away from me? Because it will make me to be depressed. So then I dreamed about applying to DUT for the electrical engineering. I knew nothing about the electrical. At that time, I knew nothing about the electrical.
So by the time you got the interview, you had not applied yet for a DUT?
I was not applied during that time. I was not applied.
Okay.
So I just took a risk. Then I said to myself, no, because I'm having the S4 in mechanical engineering. Let me try to do another course that will be in line with mechanical.
Yeah.
Then I said to myself, no, the electrical engineering, which is a heavy current, is in line with the mechanical.
Yeah.
And once I've obtained that degree, it will be much easier for me to do the government certificates of competence because you need to have the combination of mechanical and electrical. Yeah, then I applied. It was a second choice, the electrical engineering at DUT, because the first choice was mechanical, because I was afraid that the minute maybe when I get the in-service training to complete my diploma, maybe the PTEC will be phased out by that time. So, but they never took me in mechanical. Then they took me in electrical.
Okay.
Then I said, during the minute they took me, I said to myself, I will no longer apply for the work integrated. Okay. Let me close that phase and continue focusing in the new phase. Because during that time vision, I had no any sponsor.
Yeah.
Because at MUT, I was using the NSFAS.
Yeah.
During that time where now I have to go to DUT and study another course, no, NSFAS was not going to find me.
Yeah.
So I took a risk. I went to DUT to study. I started to study the electrical engineering. I forgot about everything. I even deleted the number of people that I was talking to them when I was studying at MUT, just to start my life from the scratch. Then I did so, focusing in school. First semester started. I registered. I was staying with one of the best guys that I know. Even now, we are still talking with that guy.
Yeah.
So I was focusing in more in my studies. Then during that first semester, I obtained I think I was doing 7 modules. I obtained 7 distinction in all those subjects that I was doing. Then second semester, in second semester, I also did the same thing. Because I was more focused. I was afraid because I thought that my mind is no longer operating the same that it used to operate when I was studying at MUT. Because I was now I'm old. So these new guys they are coming from school. They are having fresh minds. So I was more focused. During that phase, I didn't have any sponsor. Then in April, NSFAS funded my qualification. I got a message from the Department of Finance telling me that, or the Department of Financial Aid, that I'm funded. They paid for my studies, they paid for my residence, they paid for my meal allowances
for first year.
For first years, even second year. But second year, I knew that no, they are paying, but I no longer qualify to get the NSFAS because they say NSFAS can only accommodate you for 5 years. And I've reached that allocated time. Then they gave me the allowance during the second year, but I knew that no, I'm not supposed to get those allowances, but I was applying for the bursaries. Then when in my final year, when I was doing the final year in this course, that's where I got expelled from NSFAS.
Oh, okay.
They didn't even fund me for that particular year. Then I had to struggle now. I had to try to find money to register. Then I spoke with my parents. They paid for my registration fee. For food, I was covered by my friends. Because I am going with Mlungis Dlamini. They covered for my food. Anything that I was running shortage of, they will make sure that I'm covered. Then in April, I got 3 bursaries. They paid for my studies.
That's your final year?
My final year.
3 bursaries?
3 bursaries by the grace of God.
It
was the biggest companies. It was biggest companies. They paid for my studies, my allowances, my everything. Then I completed that qualification.
So tell me, through it all, you did S4 mechanical.
Yes.
And then after that, you had to do work integrated learning, but things were not looking good. So I just want to understand, along the way, what is it that you would say maybe is the reason that kept you going when you were going through all this difficult time? Because it's not an easy thing to be going through that.
I think it's by the grace of God. It's by the grace and mercy of God, and to be surrounded by people who will speak positive things in your life. I think that thing that kept me going for these years. Because one of the things that I can say to me, most of my time I've spent, I think, a decade in higher institution of learning. And I've been in a group of many people. I've worked with many people in institution.
Yeah.
So in order to have testimonies, you need to go through challenges so that you
Yeah,
can testify how loving God is, how powerful God is,
Yeah, yeah.
how wonderful God is. So for me, I will always say, to God be the glory, because He's the one that's paved the way for me.
Yeah.
There's this scripture that always encourages me. It says, the tear that you have cried cannot be compared to the joy that is coming.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and I'm a living testimony of that thing.
Yeah.
Because the thing that I'm getting right now are the things that I've prayed for. And God has blessed me so much.
Yeah. And after a long time.
After a long time.
After enduring challenges and
Yes.
difficult situations.
I always say, Vision, if you don't know my story, you won't understand my praise.
Yeah.
You won't understand my praise, because the way I'm praising God, the way I'm thanking God, it's because I know ukuthi ungisuse kephi, wangibeka kephi.
Yeah.
La ngikhona, it's because of His mercy.
Yeah.
It's because of His grace. Because umusa wakhe awunganele mina.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not awunganele mina umusa wakhe. uNkulunkulu kuningi izinto angidlulise kuzona ukuze ngizokwazi ukutestify about how powerful He is, how wonderful He is. So nje kukho konke fethu ungifundisile, and I thank God ukuthi ngidlule kukho konke, because even if I rise in higher position, I will know ukuthi ngibatreat kanjani abantu who are in underground.
Yeah.
Because nami ngeke ngaba underground, ngabona ukuthi kunzima kanjani ukuba underground.
Sure. Yeah.
So kukho konke nje fethu into engayisho ohambeni lwami, uNkulunkulu ube yi-foundation kukho konke.
Yeah.
And ngiyambonga futhi ngiyohleze ngimbonga ngaso sonke isikhathi, because ukuba khona kwakhe ungenze ngakwazi ukuphilisana nanabantu. Mina, I regard myself, there's another thing that we didn't mention. I'm an inspirational source, bro.
Yeah.
Because ukho konke ngikhuluma ngakho, it's because of the thing that I went through.
Yeah.
And there is this thing that I think in 2020, mina, I've accepted a garment from God, which is a spiritual garment. And if you are in flesh, you won't understand the garment that I'm talking about. So it's a powerful garment that I've received from Almighty God. That garment has made me to be separated among most of the people that I used to chill with.
Yeah.
Because this garment has changed me, the way I'm speaking, the way I analyze life. It has created lots of things that are so useful to me, because even the language that I'm talking, it's not the language that I used to talk in 2017. Even the people that I'm associating myself with, it's not those people that I used to chill with them during back in the days.
Yeah.
It's because I've associated myself with those people who are talking the language that is required by this garment that I'm wearing. It's a spiritual garment. Yeah. There are lots of people that I used to chill with them, that I used to call them as my friends. But now they're nowhere.
But tell me, so it's electrical.
Yes.
You did final year.
Yes.
And after final year, what was happening after you did your final year in electrical? When did you do your final year in electrical?
It was 2021.
2021.
Yeah, I did my final year in 2021. During that time, I was applying because I saw that my qualification is coming to an end. I'm coming to a finishing line.
Yeah.
So I was applying for the work integrated learning that I was requiring back in the days.
Okay.
Yes. Because I needed to have electrical, the degree in electrical, and also for the diploma that I started with. So when I finished the final year in electrical engineering, I think it was January 2022. Yeah, it was January 22. I received a call from the Transnet company. Yeah, that's where I did my work integrated learning.
Okay.
Yeah, I received a call from them. they said I need to come to MUT cooperative department to do the interview with them. Yeah, I did the interview with them. Then everything went well. Then I signed the contract with them. I started to do the work integrated.
Okay.
During the phase when I was doing the work integrated learning, when I came back from work, I was always getting bored. I said to myself, no, you're still having the thing that you need to do, because the BTEC has phased out. The minute you finish this, the work integrated, you are going to graduate for the national diploma, and you will be stuck, because here in KZN there is no varsity that has BTEC. So I said to myself, no, because my account, my student account from DUT, it is having the enough money to cover the new qualification, which is a Bachelor of Engineering Technology in Mechanical Engineering. Then I registered for that qualification, which is a BNsec in Mechanical Engineering. I was working while studying.
So you registered in 2022?
It was 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, for that course, they credited me, I think, 17 modules, because electrical and mechanical, they are similar. 17 modules are similar. So I was left with 19 modules. So I did this qualification in a duration of 2 years and a half. Yeah. But I was working.
So this was it was your third qualification.
Yeah, it was my third. Mechanical. Yeah, because in 2023 I graduated for the national diploma in MUT. Yeah, 2023.
So okay, along the way, where does God enter? How did you realize that there is a certain calling that God is he wants you to see?
Hey, there are lots of things that was happening, bro. During my studies, me, whenever we are studying, let's say maybe me and you were studying, and you are writing an exam tomorrow, I will tell you during our study session, during study session, that this thing will be tested tomorrow. It will be there.
Okay.
And this question will be tested. It will be there. And God was telling me, and definitely those questions will be there in the exam. Yeah, during my studies, whenever I start something, I always pray. I was always praying, asking God, for seeking help from God. Bro, me, I can't imagine my life without God. I can't imagine my life without God, because everything, even that qualification that I did, which is an electrical, he was the one who gave me an idea to do that qualification. Today, I'm hired by that qualification that I did. I didn't want to do anything with electrical, but I ended up studying the electrical engineering and falling in love with it.
No, it can only be God.
It can only be God, bro.
It can only be God. Because this is like 3 qualifications, not easy at all. Very hard. And now the other thing, I know you have your business, right?
Yes.
Can you share more about that? How did that come about?
It started last year. There was a friend of mine. His name is Mholi Mhlongo. During the graduation, he used it. He was wearing the wrong hood. The hood that he was wearing, it was a diploma hood for engineering faculty. So I called him after the graduation. I said, "Hayi bomholi, waqoka ihood wrong, kwenze njani?" Wathi ngabonanga ngesikhathi ebemnikeza abantu ade boleke kubona amahood. Then ngathi no, akwazi mholi. Usuyenze for isikhathi esingaka qualification, but uyazi ukuthi yakhona. Yabo, so ngase ngithi no, let me introduce this business to my fellow colleagues or my fellow classmates, because some they are more concentrating on their studies. They don't know even the color of our faculties. So I said to myself, no, let me start this business. I started this business. I think I was having 10 gowns with few belts. I was targeting those institutions that I studied at. It was Mangosuthu University of Technology and DUT. And the support that I was getting, it's so amazing, bro. So people were supporting me. Even now, they're still supporting me. So it's something that I have a passion about, because I'm always have a passion when it comes to education. Me, even in my final year, I will sacrifice my time just to help first year students, teaching them mechanics of machine,
Yeah.
teaching them strength of material for free, because I believe mina ukuthi lokho esikwenza la emhlabeni sikwenzela by ile nto ukurepresent uNkulunkulu uqobo.
Yeah, true,
Because
yeah.
esikwenza la emhlabeni ngeke mhlawumbe sibongwe ngakho, but when we are going there kuNkulunkulu ilapho khona mhlawumbe siyothola khona imiqhelezi ukuthi wena because of lokhu nalokhu ikhona okukwenze kwakuvulela indlela. Because mina I always say this on a vision ukuthi mhlawumbe mina ngoba bengawuthola umsebenzi sonke lesi sikhathi uNkulunkulu mhlawumbe ubeprepare mina ukuthi
Yeah.
lokho engikwenzela abantu mhlawumbe ikhona okuyogivulela iminyango ukuthi ngicine ngiyothola umsebenzi engifisayo.
True.
Ya nangempela futhi kwangenzela leyo nto leyo, because mina if ngikusiza, I'm not that particular person who whenever he's helping you, he's expecting anything in return. No, I'm not that kind of a person. I will help you for free without expecting anything, and I will dedicate my time for you. The thing that will make me to be happy is to see the good result that you are going to produce.
Yeah.
Because there are lots of people, some they even call me saying to me, Sanele, thank you. Because of you, I passed strength of material. Because of you, I passed mechanics of machines.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful business. It is called perseverance and persistence graduation attires. So abantu kumele be
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, it's a wonderful thing, man.
Yes.
I mean, it's one of the things that are keeping you busy right now.
Busy, bro.
And that's
busy.
a great thing.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I've seen is that here in South Africa, especially with us young people,
Yes.
once you have education and you have a job, you actually think, that's it, I have a job, I can afford life, and it's fine. But having a business and having something that you're doing on the other side, other than, just working 9 to 5 or whatever, it's a very wonderful thing.
But salary as alone, it will never be enough.
Yeah.
The salary alone, it will never be enough.
True.
I was telling one of my friends, he was getting paid last week, and today he doesn't have any cent. I was sharing with him that thing that no, you need to have another thing that will produce money, because you see, this thing of getting salary from your employer, it's not enough. It's not enough, bro. You need to have multiple streams of income.
True, yeah.
But for me, when it's come to my business, I'm not expecting much, because I need to make this business to grow. Yeah. And I'm so happy that this year I will be able. It will be my first time having a client that is going to graduate for the PhD in management science. I'm so happy. I didn't have any graduation attires for the masters and PhD student, but this year, I think I'm having 100 gowns now. I started with 10.
Yeah.
But now I'm having 100 gowns, and you will be shocked, because it's not like African. It's African people that are supporting me. Even Indians are supporting me. Even white people are supporting me. I'm getting multiple calls from them. No, Sanele, we want to hire this and this and this. And I'm so happy because I'm there to help them.
True.
Yes.
No, that's wonderful. Also, it's important that when a person is starting a business, you don't really think much of the profits in the beginning. Because in the beginning, I think it's more important to build it and start scaling, going up. So it's a wonderful thing that you are starting it and you're looking up to grow, not to just look at the fact that I need to make money fast and all that.
I think another thing that I saw during graduation, people were hiring from those companies that I won't mention. And they will hire and they will say, no, after the graduation session, we are taking our things back.
Okay.
And the person that's hired, those graduation attires from those companies, she or he wants to go somewhere and do the photo shoots,
Yeah.
but she can't go there because
they can't.
of the limited time
Okay.
of hiring process. So for me, I said no. I'm a student. I'm a
Yeah.
student, and I used to study in those universities that
Yeah.
I'm dealing with. So
Yeah.
for me, whenever a person comes to me and tell me, "No, Sanele, I need to hire these graduation sets and I need to do a photo shoot," I will give that particular person, because I know the joy and happiness behind the graduation thing. Yeah.
No, I see. One important thing about you is that you really care about other people's
Yes.
feelings,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that's anyone who knows you can
Yeah.
tell. It's not something that you just say with your mouth.
Yeah.
But tell me, throughout all the things that you have went through,
Yeah.
and all the challenges, academically, financially, and all that, what is it that you can say? Maybe all these things taught you that you still hold with you today.
Uh, Vision, I think in 2019, when I started to do my qualification for the electrical engineering at DOT, I used to write, and I need to go back and write. There's an inspirational message that I wrote. I think I was studying in library. Yeah. It says, I've learned to appreciate everything that God has given me, rather than complaining about the things that I have no authority to change. Yeah, me, everything that is presented to me, it can be a bad thing, it can be a good thing.
Yeah.
I will appreciate that thing, because by the end of that thing, there will be something that I will be learning from that particular thing. So that's why I said to you earlier that now I'm no longer the Sanele that people used to know back in the days.
Yeah.
Maybe in 2017, then in 2019.
Yeah.
Because of the garment that I'm wearing, I don't want to associate myself with those people who are always complaining. Let's say God has given you a new job. You will end up seeing people complaining about that, complaining about money,
Yeah.
complaining about lots of things, because there are those people who are always complaining.
Yeah.
So for me, because I respect the command that God has given me, I won't associate myself with those people that are always complaining. Because throughout my journey, 10 years, it's a huge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I've learned to appreciate everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned to appreciate everything that God has given me. And I'm not complaining about anything. Because ukuba lezi zinto lezi bezingenzekanga kumina bezizokwenzeka kubani. Yabo, so kumele ulokhu sibonge, we need to appreciate everything.
Yeah.
And then I always say the pace of life doesn't matter. As long as you are doing something to uplift yourself, that's what matters. You can study for a qualification for 3 years and finish it in record time, and stay at home with that particular qualification and not being hired. And me, I can study the same qualification that you've studied, and then I can complete that qualification maybe in a duration of 7 years. The minute I finish that qualification, I get hired. So you need to appreciate everything, because everything in this world happened for a reason.
True.
Yeah. We need to learn to appreciate everything uNkulunkulu asipha zona, rather than complain about it, because ukumplain izinto sizenzayo izona attract izinto esizifunayo empilweni.
Yeah.
Uma ucomplaina, you will uzo attract izinto engama rejection, because you are always complaining.
Yeah.
And uma ubonga, ilapho khona athetha khona izinto ezinhle. And there is this scripture esinye eBhayibhelini, because there are scriptures that I used to read about. See John 14 verse 14. It says, if you ask anything in my name, I will do it. Then I said to myself, maybe during these years where I was encountering lots of challenges, maybe I was not praying in his name. Maybe I was not mentioning his name properly. That's why izinto zami zadelaya. In each and every prayer that I pray today I'm praying in his name because uthe asicele konke esikudingayo egameni lakhe uzawusenzela khona. So let us pray in his name and everything will be given unto us.
True.
We will be uNkulunkulu akekho uNkulunkulu umuntu amdalela ukuthi uzohlupheka emhlabeni. So uNkulunkulu usidalela ukuthi siyophila impilo enhle, sibuse phezulu kwezilwane, sibuse phezulu kwezilwandle. So asifundeni bafowethu ukubonga konke uNkulunkulu asipha khona, okuhle okubi. Yes.
No, I can also testify to that, man, because you as a person you think you are going through the worst up until you meet the next person who is actually going through the worst than what you're going through. And I would say that learning to appreciate everything that comes your way will take you way too far in life. For myself, there's so many things that I went through. Some of things are confidential that I cannot be able to share with the internet and everything. But there are things that I've went through, and at some point I used to question myself. I would say, why is it supposed to be me who has to go through these things? But then it got to a point where, and I thank God because I started to understand that these things that you're going through, it's not bigger than you. God said, I will not lay a burden that is too heavy for you. So it means what I'm going through, he knows that I can handle it. And I started knowing that the moment I accepted Jesus Christ. And from that point, I started being grateful for everything. Either is good, either is bad. I was just always grateful. And I can say that has taken me very far. I was actually the first person from my village to do engineering at the University of Johannesburg. I didn't struggle when I went to varsity. I got a NSFAS, a bursary. I finished on record time. I got a job while I was still on my final year. And I can only say that's only the result of being grateful for everything. Because sometimes, when other people see all these things happening, when I tell them, okay, I'm working, I got a job when I was on my final year, I never had to wait or whatever, I finished on record time, they think, it's normal. It's not normal. But there are things that I've went through that the other person doesn't. And that's one of the things that makes me feel Uguti, every time when I encounter someone, I don't ever undermine or demean anyone. And I don't ever judge any person because I understand that each and every person is going through something. You may think you are the only one who's going through something, but meet the next person, give them your ear, listen to them. You will see that almost everyone in this world is going through something. All we can do is to spread positivity and always open our hearts to listen to the other people. And honestly, it opens doors for you.
It's opened most of the doors for you.
It opens doors for you, truly.
You will end up even receiving calls that you don't know about. That you will ended up even getting calls for the companies into different companies that you never applied for. So we used to say this in Zulu that awukho umbogo ayikho indlovu yasinda umbogo wayo, meaning that there is no burden that you can carry. We used to say that thing. And another thing that people should know through me during my difficulty challenges in life, people were not there for me. There are few people that were there for me, and I'm not complaining about that thing, but I'm here to make noise. I'm here to remind those people who are successful, including, I won't say that I'm successful, but I'm in a queue right now. That guys, whenever we are successful, let's try to call those people that we studied with. That one call that will call, you will call, it will make an impact in that particular person because they don't want your money, they don't want any resources from you. The only thing that they want from you
is your help.
It's just that call, that motivation. Yazini kuzolunga. And there's something that people used to do. They were always asking me, are you applying? Yes, I'm definitely applying. Why are you asking me that thing?
Yeah.
It's because my time hasn't arrived. So, guys, let us stop asking those questions and try to be there for those people who are undergoing lots of challenges, because
True.
there are lots of things that people they undergo. I mean, I used to make jokes about that thing. That during my time when I was seeking for jobs opportunities, even animals that are there at home, they ended up not respecting me. I used to throw bones
Yeah.
in dogs.
Yeah,
They will stand without eating those dogs because of the way that I've stayed at home for a long time without getting any jobs opportunity. So the into engiyicelayo bafethu ukuthi sibe khona for abantu abadinga usizo lwethu.
True.
Abasuke bengadingi imali, basuke bengadinga ama-resources. The only thing that they need is just that one call that will give them hope, that will bring hope again. Because amathemba ayaphela. Even me, there is this scripture that I used to hate, that yonke into inesikhathi sayo. I didn't wanted to understand that thing.
Yeah, you
because mina vision, there's a story that I will share right now. During the work integrated learning phase at Transnet, we used to work with pairs. We were working with two. So there was a guy that I was working with. May his soul rest in peace. Uthamsanqa Ngampanza. I work with that guy. Sasebenza kahle kakhulu. We shared secrets with that guy, but lots of secrets naloya muntu, and he was looking. I was his mentor. Bebukela kumina kakhulu. Mengiyobhala kwesinye isikhathi bekuba uyena obengikhava emsebenzini. So during graduation, he wanted to take a picture with me and my family, and I was busy. I couldn't took the picture with him. So I went. We graduated, and then we went home. He went to celebrate the graduation with his friends, and I was studying at that time. I think I was going to write a test, an exam. It was April. I think April. I think 29 April, if I'm not mistaken, in 2023. Now we graduated in about 25 or 22. Angisakhumbuli kahle. So ngesikhathi ngifunda ngimbona uyaposta uthi goodbye 2023. So mengizwa kahle, he went to celebrate his graduation with his friends, and he got stabbed that side.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he lost his life. So it was a painful journey.
Yeah.
It was a painful journey, and yangilimaza kakhulu. I think ngagula for isikhathi. I think for inyanga yonke. And I even ended up not wanting to study because angaze ngisibone isidingo sokuthi why ngifunda, because lo muntu lona ubethola umsebenzi kwaNissan ezoqala mhla ka2 May. Permanent job, but walento washona ungakafiki umhla ka2 May. So kwangilimaza kakhulu because umuntu owayelende esasiclose kakhulu naye, and ngesikhathi ecela ukuthatha isithombe nami shothi kwakuyindlela ayengivalelisa ngayo. So every time mfethu ngimkhumbule kakhulu because ungomunye wabantu ebesiclose kakhulu naye. Yabo, so kwangilimaza kakhulu, kodwa ke may his soul rest in peace. Yeah,
I'm sure that whenever you think about the fact that you wanted to take a picture with you and you couldn't take it, it must be painful.
It's very painful, bro. I don't want to lie. And I remember we used to we took pictures, not with him, separately. And I went to Musgrave to collect my pictures, the graduation pictures from, I think the DOT hired another company that will be responsible for taking pictures. So we're paying, I think, 500 for the package of those photos. So I went there to collect my photos. When I went there to collect my photos, Not duty, it was MUT, sorry.
Okay.
Then I went to collect my photos. When I went to collect my photos, I saw his photos. So I cried because it was a painful thing, bro. I don't want to lie. Even today, yeah, it's painful. Kodwa-ke impilo ikanjalo iyaqhubeka.
Yeah, actually, life is a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's never smooth,
Yes.
and it's never always hard. You know,
Yeah.
there will be times where you will be happy. There will be time where you will be sad.
Yeah.
But what's important is to just move forward.
Yes, yes.
Move
yes,
on.
yes.
Put God first in everything that you're doing, and trust that even though maybe the challenges may be hard and they seem like they are not passing, they are not phasing out,
Yes.
it will come a time where you will actually pass through them.
Yes,
You will actually
yes.
survive. You know. So tell me, with the business, what's the ultimate goal with the business that you're doing right now?
The goal is to supply all the universities that are there here in KZN, because I don't want to be someone who's greedy.
Yeah.
Like to having a graduation at a company that will operate in South Africa. No, I can supply those people who want to buy graduation things from us, maybe from Free State, but I won't have maybe offices from that place, because that thing, the graduation thing, it was a thing that I created to help students.
Okay.
Not like I want to make much profits of it. No. So yeah, it's something that I wanted to help students, because I'm also a student.
Yeah.
So I know the difficulties that they are facing during this season, which is a graduation season. So yeah, but by now I'm having 100 gowns, and I want to, maybe if I can have maybe 300 gowns, I think my goal will be reached, because I want to I want to focus more into masters and PhD. Yeah, because that's where I want to focus, just to encourage those my customers that were doing the diploma. Then now, because we have done the diploma, carry on and do the advanced diploma. After you've done the advanced diploma, carry on and do the honors. After you've done the honors, carry on and do the master. But when we are done with those things, I must also create, or just to motivate them, that kuzolunga in getting jobs opportunities, because you can't just give those people graduation gowns without encourage.
Yeah.
Mina, the only thing that I always do whenever they are coming to buy graduation attires from me, I will always ask about are they working? Are they applying?
Yeah.
Yeah, even at those who are still studying at duty, we are having the Department of Cooperative, which is a department that helps students getting jobs opportunity. And I always give them mama emails which they apply. And abanye even give them mama CVs which they draft mama CV even nama motivational letters. So that's bazosizakala, because ngoba ngishilo ibhizinisi elokuthi ngisiza abantu mfethu. Yeah. And one of the things engike ngazenza futhi empilweni ngaphambilini, I think during COVID, angisakhumbula ukuthi imuphi unyaka, bengine foundation. I'm having a foundation which is called Sanele Mhlanga Foundation.
Okay.
Where we are helping abantu abasuke behlwempu in getting ama-food parcels. But into engake ngayenza eminyakeni edlule, I think we accommodated imindeni ewu-2. Yeah, ama-friends ami.
You said it's a foundation for supporting people
who are poor.
Okay,
I use the Zulu name.
Yeah, because some Zulu words,
they're poor.
Yeah.
So we're helping them by buying them mama grocery and giving them mama letama vouchers.
Yeah.
And this year I'm planning to do that thing. I think in December. Yeah, I'm planning. So I will contact my friends. Abo Nogukanya Zulu. Yeah, they will they will be contributing lento imali, donating ukuthi sikwazi ukuthengela labo leyo mndeni leyo.
Yeah.
So into kodwa akade ngagcina ukulento ukuyenza, but this year I want to continue and do that thing because ziningi izinto abantu aba-undergoa zona empilweni. Yeah, we need to bring that change. We need to be that change that we want to see.
True.
So iyona into engine nayo kakhulu.
Okay. But tell me, because I do understand that the kind of person that anyone becomes, it's mostly the result of how you grew up.
Yes,
and what you were exposed to when you were growing up and everything. Share with me a bit of your childhood. How was your childhood like? That maybe might have shaped your life to be the way it is today.
I was a small boy that was raised by a single parent. My father passed away. So since then, my mother took care of us since primary up until I went to high school. But during that phase, there is something that my mom taught me. This thing of business started in an earlier age. I think I was doing grade 1 or not grade 1, grade 3, where I was selling sweets at school. I used to sell sweets and biscuits. Then up until in grade 9, because my first phone that I was having, I bought it myself by selling sweets. I was selling about pin pop, about yogurt, and I was making 500 rand per day. I think I was in grade 8 by that time. So even my school fees for high school, my mom paid 50% of my school, and another 50% will come from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then the thing that it taught me, that you need to be more responsible.
Yeah,
I started to be responsible in an earlier age. Yeah, so that's the kind of life that I was living during my childhood. So, but I was not exposed in most of the things when I was a child, because my mom was very strict. Even today is strict.
She's strict.
So I was not that particular child that used to go play football with other kids, play cricket with other kids. No. Bengivalelwe ekhaya kakhulu, yabo, but le cricket bengiyidlala mhlawumbe kuthiwa sivakashile komalume, but futhi akusinto ebengiyidlala ngaleyo ndlela. So bekuyileyo mpilo leyo, ngikhule nje kanjalo, ngumuntu ovalelwayo, okuthiwa mebuya esikoleni, you need to focus in your studies, you need to do ama family duties like wash ama dishes, clean the house, all those things at an earlier age. Even cooking, I started to cook at an earlier age. Because ekaya, we didn't have any sister. We are all boys. So I was the one who was helping mom in cooking, because he used to go to work. He used to go to work. She used to go to work. When she's coming back from work, he expects everything to be done. So that's the kind of life that I was living, which is the best life. That's even me. I wish for my kids to undergo that life, because they will not be exposed in most of the things that are bad. Like taking drugs. All those things.
So if I may just ask, do you drink or?
Yes, I used to. To up until I think I stopped drinking when I was studying at MUT, because it was not my thing. It was not my thing. But I'm not judging those people who are drinking. I used to drink, but now I think I'm having more than 12 years not drinking. And another thing, I'm also respecting the garment that I'm wearing.
I understand. No, man, let me just say thank you so much for sharing your story, and I'm sure there is someone who's gonna learn something from everything that you shared today. 10 years studying, having to do different degrees, all because you were not really getting job opportunities and getting what you desired. it needs resilience and perseverance.
Perseverance,
You know,
yes, yeah.
so I'm sure someone out there is gonna learn a lot from
Yeah.
this. And Onjo, what's the name of your business?
It's perseverance and persistence graduation attires.
Okay, yeah. So just to anyone around KZN who maybe is graduating next week or next month, just know this is the person this is the go-to person. I'll make sure that I attach is it the poster that has all the information
post, yeah,
on the video, so that people who need help with the graduation attire, they will contact you around KZN. So it's perseverance and persistence graduation attire.
attires, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Vision, for inviting me in behind the vision.
Yeah, beyond
beyond it's beyond the vision.
Yeah,
Sorry, yeah,
beyond the vision.
yeah, beyond the vision. Thank you so much, bro. I feel so honored to be part of this great initiative. So the other thing that I can say to advise people who are still studying and people who are at home with their qualifications, guys, hang there. Try with all means not to compare your life with other people's lives, because you don't know what resources they are having or the resources that they are using in order to be successful. Yeah, some they are not even sleeping at night. Trying to do those things so that they can make themselves to be successful. Yeah. So just hang there. And those who are building from scratch, who are having no inheritance, hang there. You are in a right direction. Just try to persevere, and everything will be fine. Be fine. I'm talking from the experience. I was there. I waited for more than 7 years. Because things was not going well in my life. But throughout all my trial and tribulations, I've learned something that
True.
A child of God can't be defeated.
He
will always run. He will always rise above everything. Yeah, but there's another scripture from the Bible, but I will mention it in Zulu. They say,
he lays the table in front of your enemies.
Yeah, and they say, uNkulunkulu uyayithatha impabanga ezaleni ayithintithe then ayihlalisa namakhosi. He can take someone who is nothing and watch that particular person and create a seat. He will sit in front of king and queens. So just hang there, guys. Because we need to go through a trial and tribulation so that we can testify about how powerful God is, how faithful God is. So and there's another thing that graduates are doing. See, now we used to work from Monday to Sunday without getting paid. We're getting stipend from DUT of 5,000 because we knew what we wanted. We wanted the experience because especially in engineering department or field, it's very difficult to get jobs opportunities if you don't have any experience. If you need experience, you need to persevere. If you need that experience, you need to dedicate your time. You're still young. You can do this thing. See, now we used to work, and through working with those companies that we're working for, we learn something. Ukuthi sibekezele. Ukuthi sazi ukuthi singobani. That's why we appreciate everything. That's why we won't find us in those groups that are complaining, because we know the grace of God. Ukuthi uNkulunkulu sithathe lapha wasibeka la from le mali besiyithola, from ukuhlukumezeka lokho ebesikuthola, but today we are here. It's because of the grace and mercy of God. So for bonke nje, even if it takes you to volunteer, do it. Education has helped me to hide from depression. Most of my friends at that time, they criticized me when I wanted to go back to school. Some, they even brought my family background. They said, there is no one that is working at your home. Stop going to school. Try to find jobs opportunity. Bebebazi ukuthi there is no jobs opportunity. I was applying, but they tried to brought that thing into my eyes, into my ears. But I never listened to them because I had a purpose and I had a goal. Today, that goal that I was having, it created jobs opportunity for me. So just stay focused. I always say this thing, and with closing now, I'm closing now. So the thing that I can say, the pace of life doesn't matter. As long as you are doing something to uplift yourself.
True.
That's what matters. Even if your life goes slowly, but as long as you are doing something to uplift yourself, that's what matters.
That's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters, bro.
No, thank you so much, man, for sharing those tons of advices. Yes. I'm sure people are going to learn a lot, and I'm hoping that someone will be inspired out there.
Yeah.
And one last thing I can say is that I really pray that God blesses you in everything that you do, you know, in your work, your family, with your business and everything that you wish to have, everything that you wish to achieve. I pray that may God grant you all the desires of your heart.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Halala. You said it's beyond the vision. Yeah. I'm too old, bro. I'm too old. So we are praying to God. Just to bless you and to keep you going. This is a great opportunity where you invite us to share our experience in our journey of life, because I know there are those children that are coming from university that will love to hear our stories so that they can learn about those stories from us. And another thing that we need to talk about, maybe that's a story for another day. We need to go back and try to talk about the careers that are having a lot of jobs, because people now, they just go to university for status. We need to talk about all those things, but
true.
next time.
True. No, thank you so much, man.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.